And Father, on your journey, you've actually had the ability to see things that, we talked about your childhood, but as you've gotten older and become a priest, you actually can see souls, can't you?
God has given me the understanding. It's corresponding to the vocation that I've been led to understand people's hearts.
Father, we're going to do a whole show on the holy souls of purgatory, and that's going to be a whole separate topic, but can you just give us a little bit there about the difference? How do you know the difference between angels and the holy souls?
The same kind of knowing that we're given when we're in the classroom, for example, in math, the difference between times tables and doing division, subtraction, or addition. The soul has the ability to make those distinctions in the spiritual world. But if you're not a good math student or you don't have a good math teacher, you may never develop those gifts. So those gifts are innate and they're there for our protection. In the past, I can remember my mom always telling us when we were growing up, never to be afraid to pray for those who have died. And if they were to appear to you in a dream, for example, she would always say if grandma showed up in a dream or grandpa showed up in a dream, not to be afraid, but that was just their way of asking for prayers. And so again, a lot of it just depends on your coaching. And we were not only at home, but also in the classroom. The teachers that I had in grade school were the Incarnate Word Sisters. They always encouraged us to pray for the poor souls. So it shouldn't be a surprise that the poor souls come to us for prayer because we're offering something to them that they need and something that is essential for their own progression and growth.
Father, is it a common thing for you to see souls like out of the corner of your eye or in public places?
Well, the seeing and the sensing isn't always necessarily with the physical eyes, but it's with the eyes of the heart. And sometimes people are more comfortable with that in dreams because they're not as apprehensive. And then sometimes people are given the gift to have that knowing and that understanding in their waking moments. It all just depends on how the Lord has given that gift. But the focus doesn't necessarily need to be so much on the gift itself, but on the call of the poor souls for help from us. And if we've been taught, as I was from the time that I was young, both by my parents and my teachers, that the poor souls need prayers, and that becomes a daily practice, it shouldn't be surprising to us that the poor souls would come to us if we're giving them something that they need.